Mik'd Up with Mikey Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got J Mitch. We got Jackie Boyd.
He tried to jump up and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there, he's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Ochinko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's doing the 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochinko can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her and smelled it.
Whoa. What was that?
Good show.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you gonna bring your chinchilla and your turtle?
My dad told you about it.
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Players, look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now.
Hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Wednesday, April 30th. Last day of April. April showers brings May flowers. Last night, a lot of flowers were being thrown out there for the LSU baseball team. They 10-run rule. What a difference a week makes. They have 10-run rule Southeastern 15-2 after being 10-run ruled the weekend before or the week before. Midweek obviously did not affect the guys through the course of the weekend in Tennessee. They go ahead and they win the series. We talked a little bit about that on Monday with Jared Jones in studio. We got another special guest for you today. Coach Jay Johnson joining us again in a different atmosphere than we've ever seen him. They are en route to College Station for a big weekend series against Texas A&M.
Times are tough.
And this is my favorite part. I've talked about it. I enjoyed the few bus rides that we got. They are taking the bus down to College Station, and Coach Jay Johnson joins us from the bus. So you get a little behind the scenes, see what's going on. Coach, looks great. Y'all look great. Appreciate you joining us. I know y'all are on this bus ride. What's the bus ride snack?
Yeah, 2 waters.
Oh, there you go.
I'm
Healthy.
pretty simple. I'm not as tall. I'm not as tall and pretty as you and Jared Mitchell. So I gotta getting older and gotta keep it in check.
Gotta hydrate. Bus rides are always fun. Obviously, y'all are coming off a big weekend at home against Tennessee, going to another big weekend on the road this weekend against Texas A&M. Atmosphere with around the amongst the team and around the boys has to be pretty good. I want to jump right into last weekend before we kind of get into last night and this upcoming weekend. Obviously, Friday night's game was epic. 3.5-hour rain delay. I'm proud to say me and Lloyd stuck it out through the entire time we were there to the very end. Electric finish. How awesome was that? Obviously, Tennessee LSU over the last few 4 or 5 years, they've had this budding rivalry. A lot of chippiness. Obviously, competition runs high. Y'all were kind of I don't want to say left for dead there, but 3-0. You hadn't really had a bunch of hits. Then all of a sudden, the magic of Alex box happens. Get a couple guys on. Huge base hit from Beck, and then obviously Curiel, and then the Mamo homer. Talk me through, leading up to the ninth, and talk me through the ninth and how awesome that was.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think in the game, it was very odd, and I think it's just a credit to their pitcher, Doyle, how good he is. I thought we actually competed in the box very well against him. And the one thing we were able to do is we were able to get him out, a little earlier, than Cade went out of the game. And I think that definitely made a difference. And it took Nate Snead, their closer, who's been very successful there. It took his pitch count, up a little bit, and they left the door open, with a couple defensive miscues in the ninth. And, that's what good teams do. They take advantage of opportunities. And so I just real proud of the fight in that inning. Ethan Fry, it's very fast for his size, going, hard 90 all the way down the line, and, beats that out or forces an errant throw. Jake Brown getting the ball in play right there, and his speed, creating, a hurry play and eventually a non-play, big at bat by Tanner Reeves, to draw a walk. And that's kind of his carrying tool. It's his plate discipline. And then you look at, Dalton, obviously that was a huge at bat. And then, we made an out, and then Derek got down to 2 strikes and did what he does. And what was kind of cool about that, he sent me a text the night before about hey, I'm not going to hit any double plays this weekend. This guy I'm first, I'm going to rip it through the right side. And that's literally exactly what he did. Yeah. And then awesome swing by Jared. He got a mistake, and one of the farthest balls I've ever seen hit. And then, as far as what actually happened, it was unbelievable. I wasn't losing my mind or anything, but it was wait a minute, that just happened right there. And it was cool. I just kind of started watching the players, and the coaches came by. It was definitely a hug game instead of a handshake game when you win. And then all of a sudden, I like all kinds of music, but this rap music came over the stadium. I don't even know what it was, and the fans are going crazy, and it was really cool, and I was really proud of our team. I think this team's been really good in close games and has been really, really good at coming from behind. And it's a very valuable win, not just in the standings, but how we won. And it was one of the coolest regular season games I've been a part of.
Coach, we've talked about this a lot throughout the course of the year, and how whenever you call somebody's number, they always seem to be ready and come up with a big hit, whether it be, Josh Pearson not playing for a few games coming off the bench, Jake Brown not getting a start today coming off the bench. Dalton Beck, he comes off the bench, has 7 at-bats all year, 1 SEC at-bat. Coming out, he was a transfer, has a lot of experience in college, and he comes up in probably the biggest moment, potentially of his career at that time, and against a team that the offense hasn't really done much against up to that point in the game. Bases loaded, and hits an absolute laser up the middle. Thank God didn't hit the pitcher, because I don't know if the game would end up the same way, but laser up the middle. Talk about that, and is there anything specific that you told to him before that at bat?
Yeah, with the guys that can pinch hit, you mentioned, sometimes it's Pearson, Spence Brown, Dalton, Ashton Larson, John Pearson, Fry, if he's not starting a game, even though he starts most of the games. We'll obviously go over the plan for the starting pitcher, and then we'll kind of keyhole some guys that we like for matchups and show them those guys. And, Snead is really, really tough on right-handed hitters. And, I mean, he's huge piece of their national championship last year. And so it was a real no-brainer, to stack the left-handed at bat, up there. And he got a good look. He got the count in his favor. And I think what I took from it is he was just incredibly slowed down. Like, he looked so under control to me.
Yes, he did.
And I thought he used his at bat against Alabama the week before as a real positive for this one. And I had a lot of faith he was going to take quality at bat, and that was exactly what we needed right there.
Coach Jared's got one for you.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, by the way, it looked like y'all having a good time on this bus ride right now. Everybody's really locked in right now. I like where we're going.
Yeah. I didn't even tell them I was going to be on this. So if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to, it's on them. You know what I mean? So,
Coach, I want to know.
Other than this interview, I'm watching the Aggies right now. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
There you go. Okay. All right. Look, I know this weekend was a big weekend. I know you guys treat every game and every series as if it is, like you said, the 56-game playoff, and that's great. I want to know if there was anything that was learned or reaffirmed by what you saw from your team this past weekend.
Yeah, I think, and I told him this Friday's game, like, we kind of, even it was late, like, and we didn't necessarily, I don't want to say we played bad. I mean, we had an unbelievable pitcher doing what the top pitchers do, but I thought we competed, and I felt like we got a little bit of whatever you want to call our mojo back or our swagger back in that game. And then it was validated even more by being able to come back and win. And then, on Saturday, like, hey man, they one of the best teams in the country. They got a great pitching performance. They got a couple big hits, and they beat us. And when you play in our league, like, that's going to happen. But I really liked the maturity after the game. We dumped some things, a good meeting after the game, dumped some things off. And then I loved the response and the readiness on Sunday. And I mean, that didn't start out perfect either. We gave up 2 in the top of the first, and Kaysen settled in and dominated. And then, offensively, we did a good job of getting back in our plan. We managed the zone, we got some free bases, really pounded some mistakes, hitting the clutch, got a bunt down that led to a couple runs. And, we just really want to be a complete team. And obviously the series win is big and all of that. But, I was smiling going out of there just about how we played. I thought we played the brand of baseball that will be the most successful for this team, as we move forward in the schedule and continue to face these great challenges we have in front of us.
Speaking of how you played, now I know you've been talking about this guy for a long time and wanting to get him on campus for a long time. I do think it's fair to say, though, it almost seemed as if this weekend was somewhat legit, like kind of a coming out party for him, and he's been unbelievable all year. Watching Kirill play, seeing him do it on this level, what about his game kind of, I guess, surprises you the most, or has been like the one thing where you're like, man, it's even better than I thought it was?
Yeah, I think, you guys know this, like, you've played with a ton of players that have talent, but the real guys, like the dudes, like what's inside the person is the separator, and how they respond to things in the fashion that they need to. Whether that's success, like no complacency, they show up as the same guy every single day to put the work in, to compete. He to be honest, hadn't had a whole lot of failure, and he had to, I guess, I didn't even really realize it, but I guess he did get on base on Saturday, and that's the first game that he hadn't got on base all year. And, actually, I mean, I kind of got into him in that game about, something, and that's what your best players do. Like, they respond properly. And I'll tell you, I mean, I said this like 3 times, like his game on Sundays, the best games I've ever seen from my players at any time. And it was awesome. So I don't know if I'm surprised. I just think the maturity, the mental and emotional stability is allowing him to take those skills and put them on display often. And that's what great players do. They play near their capability often. That's what great teams do. They play near their capability often, and that's what he's doing.
Coach, obviously going back to Friday, a wild day in general going into the night. There was obviously a situation that happened when Ashton Larson was coming up to hit, and then there seemed to be a bit of a misunderstanding, miscommunication of the rules. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a pitcher that was already in be able to start throwing again from the mound, get a couple warm-ups in. Did you ever get an explanation of that entire scenario and kind of where your head was at with what was going on?
Yeah, I've actually only seen it happen one other time, which, I knew the rule. And so they made a mound visit twice with the same pitcher for the same hitter. And you can't do that, number one. And if you do it, he has to finish the hitter. Like, you can't remove him if you've gone out twice unless there's an injury. So he has to finish the hitter, but then you have to remove him. And then, the only thing I was frustrated about was, they were calling the league office to make sure that they had it right. Meanwhile, the rest of their bullpen is just getting a billion reps down there to get warm to come in the game. And it's you guys know the rule. I mean,
I can tell you
all umpires are great at rules. I'm C+, to be honest, but I actually knew this one, you know, and so I was more hey, let's go. Let's get the game moving, kind of thing. So, and it was fine. And it was a little odd timing because I had just called an offensive timeout in the middle of a bat because Ashton was really not happy about one of the called strikes that he got. And I just wanted to, that was a big spot in the game. So I was hey, I got you. I understand. But we got to refocus here and take a tough at bat with 2 strikes, And so I don't know if they thought because I called the offense timeout that they had a free trip or free visit. So I can't speak to that, but I was just more hey, I get it. He's got to come out after the next hitter. Let's not delay the game and get their pitcher a bunch of reps down there. If they messed it up, then they should pay the penalty for it. So let's go.
Was there any thought of putting Ashton Larson in the box while the pitcher that was currently on the mound so he could no longer throw to keep him kind of ice cold? Just let Larson dig in a little bit.
Well, no, and we have really good umpires in the league, but they were on the phone. They actually got on the phone and called the league office. I mean, like I said, I got checked twice last year, so I'm not I'm staying out of all of that kind of stuff this year. I just want to put our team in a competitive advantage, and it's let's get the game started. I don't care about all that. Get the game started,
And they closed the bar.
Yeah, they did.
Time to get rolling.
It's all part of it. We got a free
whiskey shot.
A little whiskey shot after you hit the walk-off, which is great. Coach, listen, I know y'all are traveling, so I don't want to keep you too long, but I want to talk a little bit about this upcoming series. Obviously, every weekend in the SEC is a monumental weekend, especially when you come down to in the stretch run, especially when you're going on the road against a team that is talented and has struggled early in the season, has been playing a lot of really good baseball as of late. And I don't want to call them desperate, but somewhat desperate as far as, hey, every win for them actually really does matter to get them where they need to be. What's this weekend look like for y'all? Obviously, they have their number one starter, obviously, is experienced and really good. It's going to be a really good Friday night matchup. What is the conversation? What is something that A&M is, I guess, the problems that they pose for you?
Well, they're 1,000% an Omaha caliber team. If you look at their last 3 weeks, they got swept at Texas, but Texas is number one. It was on the road, and they lost 3 games by 1 run. Somebody told me they for the go-ahead run on base in the 9th inning every game. So that's about as tight a series, it sounds like, as you could get swept. And then the previous 2 weekends, they won the series on the road at Arkansas. I think they swept South Carolina maybe. And then before that, they won the series at Tennessee. So it's a team playing really good baseball. And they have a good lineup. They have dangerous hitters and really good starting rotation. 3 really good starters. So, it's just, it's game on. It's no different than last weekend or the weekend before that or the weekend before that.
I know you're not going to divulge this information, obviously, because it's part of the advantage. But you made a change, and I think it's based off of kind of how the weekend went and who you used and who you didn't use. And Sunday, and you started Kason Evans, his first start in his career. Like you mentioned earlier, give up 2 runs, and then was absolutely nails and lights out the rest of the way. Went 6 innings, dominant performance by him. I know that when you recruited him, you knew that he probably was eventually going to be a starter. Talk about his performance, and is that something that we could potentially see a lot more of in the near future?
Well, it was a great performance. I mean, just based on the numbers, 2 runs, 6 innings. But for me, like, I looked a lot deeper into it of, like, you know, he gave up the 2, and I think one of the most undervalued, underappreciated things of the game was they had runners on second and third also in the first inning with 2 outs, and we got out of it. And you guys know chasing 2 runs is a lot different than chasing 4 runs. Yeah. And I think it allowed our offense to relax and just play, and we ended up playing a really good game on offense. And then I love to see pitchers get stronger as the game goes along. I think he certainly did that. I heard something. I think it was up late, and they just happened to be replaying the game the other night, and I think there was only 2 base runners in the last 5 innings or something like that. And I knew he was rolling pretty good, but like that's pretty dominant, especially against a lineup as good as Tennessee. So it was a great performance. We have a good pitching staff. I think he's one of the most important pitchers on the staff, one of the best pitchers on the staff, which is why I've had him in the role that he's in. And I do obviously think he's a starter for sure. But he's also been really successful with how we've been using him. So, we'll see. And the good part about him is he's compete. Like, he wants the ball, and it's a really good thing for our team, regardless of what time he has the ball, that he does.
Yep. Coach, look, I'm going to let you go and continue your scouting. Question, though. Movie of choice, what's playing right
300.
now? What is playing right now for the boys? Is it quiet? Is it quiet time?
Let's see what we got on. We got a baseball game on. We got, it looks like a repeat of last night's Kennesaw State, Georgia game on.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So I guess we're rolling with the SEC network.
Yeah, all ball all the time.
Cable on the bus.
Maybe you're gonna see a little Jared Mitchell on there. Maybe a little rerun of SEC Now from this past weekend with Jay Mitch.
No. That's already in the late files.
Hey, man. Hey. No, I saw you on TV the other night, man. You're crushing it. So, like, I'm ready for the fall. They got to extend you to football too. So you're a two-sport guy in college. Now you go.
We're working on
it. Right here. I love the endorsement. This is good stuff right here.
Hey, he looked good in the green suit, huh? The green suit was slick.
Yeah, it's like I think we got to get you a purple jacket. Gold
I'll do it.
No
they
doubt.
know already. All right.
No doubt.
Keep representing, Jared. Good job.
Gotcha.
Coach, y'all keep representing. Good luck this weekend. Obviously, we'll be watching, and then we will talk to you again next week. We appreciate you always.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
All right, Coach. You too.
Love you.
You're an idiot. Man, I wanted to keep it going.
Bus.
That was great. To the bus. Listen, I wanted to keep going, but I didn't want to.
How many balls can you juggle?
Listen, when you start getting, I don't know where they're at in their trip, but when you get to Texas, you get into some spots where, like, Louisiana to Texas, like that stretch, you just get into some spots where you don't really have a lot of service, and there were some times where we thought we lost them, we didn't lose them. That was great. I'm willing to bet we're the only person that's ever got them on an interview on a bus.
Oh, that's all the chat was like, from the bus.
From the bus. That's what makes it great.
But now that they're watching SEC Network, it feels like they have a pretty strong something in
baseball
there.
all the time. So it seems like. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to watch that, and then all of a sudden they're going to get through the dead zone. And it's going to keep going in and out, and they're going to, all right, we're done with this. Put on whatever.
300.
Movie of choice.
Or they're just waiting.
You can't do 300 yet. It's too early. It's got to be something fun, like loose.
A little long one.
Yeah, maybe like Borat or something.
Yeah, that would be great for that. How'd that go?
Well, it was Bruno.
Oh, that's even worse.
Bruno didn't work out well.
How long did it make it? 15?
20 minutes max.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what did work?
Bruno.
Life
did work. Life was it was always loosey goosey
Mainstay.
movies. Always loosey goosey.
And you knew it was good. You knew it was good because what is probably the first time we turned it on? Paul was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And it got to like the last couple of times we turned it on, where like we'd look in the front of the bus and Paul was like
Cackling.
laughing, bro.
Cackling,
He
dude.
was dying laughing up there.
Because look, he didn't know when it first came on. He didn't know if he could laugh at some
Right.
of it. You know what I mean? He was like being very like, politically correct on some of the stuff, and he was like, I don't know if like that's offensive if I laugh. And then he turns around and he sees Jared and McGee and Leon busting out laughing, all of us laughing. He's like, the next time he came on, he's like, okay, I got full reign to enjoy this.
I'd be the pappy.
I'm the pappy.
Oh shit, that was the best. That was the best.
Oh man, well, we always appreciate Jay coming on the show, especially when he's on the road. I'm glad we've built that rapport with him. It's been fun. I was hoping that we would see maybe somebody come up and try to talk to him and get him joined into the
We
conversation.
should have fired some text off to get a couple people.
But you know
pop
what?
in the bag.
It was good the way it works. He's doing his scouting on A&M. A&M is a really good team, as he said. They came in the season consensus #1 team in the country. Obviously, they lost a couple guys that have hurt them. They started off in a terrible, terrible way. They've kind of righted this ship, and last weekend they had an opportunity to win all 3 games. They ended up losing all 3 games, but they are a really good team, especially playing at home at Bluebell Park and putting LSU in a situation where they're in a hostile environment. So should be a very, very entertaining series. The Friday night matchup is going to be really good. Ryan Prager is their starter. His ERA isn't as good as it has been over the last couple years, but he's a guy that has done it over and over again over the course of his career. He's a junior. And then obviously Kate Anderson, which, Jared, I think me and you have been talking about Kate Anderson for a couple years. And last year, from the start of the season, we both said he's probably, a top 10 pick in the draft? Like top 10 talent?
Yeah.
Baseball has come out, or whoever does this, I think it's D1 Baseball, whoever comes out with the draft rankings, he is the 9th rated Major League Baseball draft prospect at this point in the season. If my math is correct, 9th is in the top 10, and he hasn't even gotten to the postseason where you make a bunch of money. Ask Ty Floyd. He made a bunch of money in the postseason. And draft-eligible sophomore, we'd love to have him back, but it would be irresponsible for any of us to say, hey, come back if you get drafted in the top 15 picks.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of where, like, we all saw the talent, and obviously Jay saw the talent. That's why he got him to LSU, or why he was able to get it, or why he wanted to get him to LSU so badly. The way he's kind of come into himself this year has been very impressive, and he continues to keep getting better and continue to keep raising that ceiling, if you will. But, I mean, he's got a tough challenge this weekend, man. Like, you're going to go into that place, and I think, like, when the season started, I would imagine that the A&M fan base and those fans and that team, not the team, that fan base probably circled this LSU weekend as like, this is one that we want to be a part of. And then as the season got started and kind of went along, from this fan standpoint, you would almost kind of imagine that kind of got subdued a little bit. And then they turned it on and they started playing well. They go to Tennessee and they win. They come back home against South Carolina and they win. They win the next weekend, and then they run into a roadblock this weekend in Austin. Coach, coming back home, this is a huge weekend for them this weekend. Yep. I would imagine that place is going to be extra charged up and full of them damn bubbles, right? Because that's what they would want to do. Yep. But with that being said, man, like, I think somebody like Ryan Prager, I would imagine that Jay's probably told this to the team, or will be telling this to the team. You can go ahead and throw away his numbers that you saw for like the majority of the year. Last start, he was 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run. He's back into probably what seems that shape. And if he's anywhere near that, Cade's going to have to bring his A game and match what they're able to do. It should be a great Friday night game, but it also should be a great, very energetic, very emotional series.
Correct. And I'm looking forward to watching it because, look, it's two fan bases that don't like each other. Like, it's just, I mean, they do not like each other. And
I like one thing about Texas Tech right now. Texas A&M, Tommy Moffitt, that's it.
That's it. And Tommy was at our tailgate last weekend.
He was
at our tailgate.
Yeah. Put some COVID in his pocket for the whole team to get.
Is that still a thing? I thought that was over with.
Anthrax.
Jesus Christ. Trying to kill the team.
take them down a little bit.
It's a little dark.
It got swept.
That's a little
That's
dark,
not down.
man.
That's not down a little bit. That's putting them out.
Yeah, like that, like forever,
It's a little
like dead.
Well, just a little.
Good God. You're dark.
It's crazy what a week makes. Last week, nobody remembers the Northwestern State anymore. They lost. LSU got 10-run rule. Northwestern State. Oh, it sucks. The season is over with. 7 innings into the Tennessee game, 2-0. Season's over with. They bring in Jacob Myers. He goes.
He's waving the white
Oh my
flag.
God, he's quitting! I can't believe he's quitting this game. I was like, everybody, just calm down. He's not quitting. The guy he has to rely on somebody to go and do this, and sure enough, did not quit. Myers got out of it, scored runs, whatever, and then they end up winning the series, 10-run ruling Tennessee on Sunday, and then playing last night and 10-run ruling Southeastern State, who is better than Northwestern State. Southeastern's 33-11, I believe, on the season before last night, and LSU from the start said, You had back-to-back home runs to start the game. You had Curiel, homer, and then you had Jared Jones hit a home run off his face, and then they just continued to go and go and go, and they won 15-2. So crazy what a week makes. Baseball is a crazy sport in that you can get momentum and you can ride that momentum, and it feels like LSU is starting to trend upwards. And Milam still hadn't gotten hot, and I think that's coming here real soon.
I think he hit a ball like a 111 off the bat on that double play.
Yeah, he had 2. I think I heard last night he was 2 for his last 25 at one point. I don't know if he got a hit last night. And those 2 hits came in the same game against Tennessee, the double and the homer. So, things are starting to he's starting to see a little bit better, and I think you're going to see him get hot here real soon.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For me, like when I watch that LSU team and I think about what they just did this past weekend, I love the fact that you walk away from the weekend, in my opinion, not feeling like this was like fluky.
Right.
You feel like, hey, they did what they needed to do. You played a very well, tightly contested game on Friday night against a very good pitcher, against top flight talent. And you were not winning this game, but we all know you were in it in the 9th inning, right? Not only were you in it, you got a little bit of help. And then what great teams do in that situation is once you get the help and they got the starter out of the game, you go for the jugular at that point. Got the help, score the runs, get another couple on, have some guys come off the pitch and have great at-bats, and then you hit the big walk-off. You scored 6 in the 9th when you had previously scored 0 to beat a top-flight team in the country. That's championship baseball.
Right.
And then the next night, you go out there and you play another really good game. It just ends up getting away from you. Why? Because guess what? You play another damn good team. If everybody remembers correctly, what happened in Game 2 of the College World Series last year, 2 years ago? LSU got smacked by the team that smacking the next game, right? And then on Sunday, when everybody's kind of depleted pitching, when everybody's kind of fighting, and now it's like, hey, what do you have left? What do we have left? Let's go at it. You 10-run rule them.
Correct.
That makes me feel like this is what really good teams do, right? And so, I love that it happened that way and not on some fluky shit or, maybe Tennessee had this person or that person hurt and comes out of the lineup or not on some shit like that. Not like they sat up there and walked 10 guys a game. Like, you watch them beat a really good team. And so now being able to take that and continue to go forward, and this is fresh off the heels, like we just said, fresh off the heels of getting 10-run ruled in the midweek game.
Yep.
You find out who you got, and that's what I like. And I don't look at it as Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know which one I'm going to get. Like, no, this is who they are, okay? Yeah. So, if they show up like this, you know what the ceiling can be. And that's what you love to see at this time instead of wondering, man, I really don't know what the hell we got. I really don't know where they are. I really don't know how good they are, and they haven't really turned it on yet.
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing with it right now.
Me too. And look, Tennessee LSU was 3-2 going into the top of the 8th inning. All over it, right? Their pitcher was dominating, went back-to-back home runs to make it 3-2, and the inning got away from him, a couple big swings and 6 runs, and okay, it happens. The next day, they go down 2-0, and you're like, a lesser team, a team that's not prepared for it, be like, oh shit, here we go again, and start hanging their heads. No, they came back, responded, and obviously just took off and ran away with the game. So. To your point, Jay, I think that shows you the type of team they are, and it gives me a lot of confidence in where they're going. I think they haven't played their best baseball yet, and I think that's coming too.
Definitely. Look, I don't know if we can sit here and say they're peaking or
right.
If they've peaked already this year. But what we do know and what they are is they're a very talented bunch. They're a very deep bunch. They play for each other. They like playing with each other, Pauls. And then they continue to keep going forward, right? And I think if they can put those things together continually at the back end of this year, you're going to find a team that can go far. You're going to have some guys come up with some big clutch hits late in games. You're going to have some guys come up with some dominant performances on the mound. That's part of every championship run. But I do think that this team has the ability to do those type of things.
Correct. I mean, I think that. I mean, they're about. It's about to get to the crunch time. It's about every year LSU kind of gets hot at this time, no matter who the coach is. It's just kind of the way that the program is, and that's what it seems like they are about to do. It's Ask Mikey and Mitch Wednesday, so throw your questions in the chat. If you haven't already, we're going to be very happy to answer them. Some other notes that are happening in college baseball right now. Mississippi State. Chris Lemonis, gone. First big move of the year. Obviously, Rice fired their coach early in the season, but nobody really pays attention to Rice anymore. And so Mississippi State, 3 years off of a national championship or 4 years off a national championship. Lemonis is gone. Mississippi State responds with a 16-0 win, I think, in the midweek. A lot of rumors out there. Mississippi State's going to be a hot job. A lot of rumors out there as to who the front runner is. Rumor is Brian O'Connor from Virginia has interest, or they have interest in him. Chris Pollard for Duke, also being thrown out there, and obviously there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more names in the thrown in the hat there. But Mississippi State is a good job, really good job.
Saw Nate Yetzke and Coach Jordan out there too.
There you go. There's going to be a lot of names thrown out there. I'm sure Nolan Cain's name's going to get thrown out there, as it should. It's the first.
Wanaka.
I don't know if Wanaka wants to be a head coach. I'd imagine he's probably going to have to go and be like a recruiting coordinator somewhere.
Tutco?
I don't think so. I would like for Jamie to stay here too. Be great.
They're going to come after everybody on the LSU staff.
Yeah, but and look, there's some people have brought up
Jay.
Tony Vitello, LOL, like
Vitello, LOL,
LMAO. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, then I saw a lot of conjecture online about which job is actually better.
There's always an argument for that because Tennessee right now, like as it stands right now, Tennessee is the better job. Historically,
Mississippi State better.
Mississippi State fan base. Now, obviously, Tennessee's fan base has grown, but Mississippi State's fan base, like they stink, and they're still getting sellout crowds. Like their fan base is probably second or third, depending if you talk to Arkansas fans, behind LSU as far as commitment to baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good job for a good coach, and they've obviously shown they can win because they did it a few years ago.
First one ever in any sport.
First one ever in any sport.
Fired. See ya.
Gone. But that is what's going on right now. All right, ask Mikey Mitch. Do we have any questions, Lloyd? Before I get to the questions, you may be wondering what this nice box of cigars is.
I love a nice box.
Oh, okay. And if you go look up top, okay.
What did you just knock down? What was that?
I didn't knock down anything. It's just the box, kind of like.
There goes the lighter.
There's the lighter. That's what I knocked down.
Yeah, he definitely knocked something down.
Yeah, I mean,
there's the lighter. So
it's a bet man's favorite right there.
So Bocock Brothers,
Yeah.
Bocock Brothers Cigars, the newest sponsor of Mik'd Up. This is just one of the boxes. Obviously, LSU branded lighter, LSU branded cigars. It is the first tobacco company ever licensed at a university. LSU is the first license. If you look up here, you got two other boxes. One on the right, well, I guess depending on how you're looking at it, the pinstripe is obviously a replica somewhat of the jersey. Jay Johnson's signature on the bottom. The left one is just a nice old school Tigers with Jay Johnson on there as well, branded towards baseball. Every order, everything that you get from Bocock Brothers Cigars, a portion of that sale goes to LSU sports programs. It goes to NIL, which is obviously a great thing. They are in other schools. They are, I think, in 7 universities and continue to grow. LSU is the first. LSU is the OG in this kind of realm, and we are proud to be sponsored with Bocock Brothers Cigars. If this is something that you want, go to BocockBrothers.com or LSUcigars.com and type in, go get whatever you want. They got boxes of cigars. They got individual cigars. They got lighters. They got cooler lighters than even this one. They have cutters. They have a lot of things. Look, Father's Day is right around the corner. Mother's Day. Maybe your mom likes to.
My aunt smokes cigars.
Maybe she likes to put back a stogie. You know, Christmas obviously a little ways away, but it's a great graduation for your son graduating from
middle school,
college, or if you know it's wedding season. People are getting married all the time. There's always cigars that are out there for weddings. If there's something, or if you own a company and you're looking for really good gifts for clients to give out, these are them. BocockBrothers.com, LSUCigars.com. Get whatever you want, and when you do and you check out, there is something you can put in there. It's called a promo code. Mik'd Up 15, MIKDUP 15 for 15% off of your order. We appreciate it. Bocock Brothers Cigars appreciates it, and LSU appreciates it because some of those proceeds go back to the NIL. So our newest sponsor of Mik'd Up, Bocock Brothers, we're very excited. If you show up at our tailgate next weekend on Saturday, they will be out loud and proud smoking them. They're good cigars, too. Really good cigars. Really good cigars. Okay. Ask Mikey Mitch.
I like to smoke them in the bathroom at Alec Box.
Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them.
You know what I mean?
You know what we do got?
Some questions.
From Ask Mikey and Mitch. What do y'all think they're going to ask about, if you had some guesses?
Who's the lineup? Who's the third starter in the rotation?
Oh, first one up.
Yeah, that's where 100% where it's going.
First question up. Should Case and Evans take over the Sunday role?
I'll let you start with this one, Jared.
I mean, that's a very
valid question.
It's a solid question this year. We now know that he is 100% for sure stretched out to be able to go that distance and take in that spot and actually eat up significant innings. He has been so valuable at the back end of games that, like, I think it's really hard to find guys to do that. And then you can sit here and say, well, but you also got Zach Allen as well. I understand that as well. So should he? Man, it's a really tough spot right now because I'm under the impression that you got to score to win anyway. Yeah, it'd be great to kind of keep you in games. I think I like him in the back end of the rotation, and it's more so because of his ability to legitimately like pound the zone with 3 different pitches. But man, I just know the mindset it takes to find someone at the back end of the bullpen and to be able to get to that spot and get that done, and knowing that he's available, or he and Zach Cowan are available for 3 straight games, I really value at a high spot as opposed to just knowing that he may throw on day 3 or whatever day it is that they choose to throw him in there. So I kind of like him for this team right now at the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah.
I just really do. And I believe that Chase and I believe that other guys will be able to do what they need to do in not only on day 3, but in these other games to bridge to them correctly. I just kind of like him in that spot. That's kind of where I'm at for this team.
I agree. I think that what Jay is going to do, hey, you know, maybe Case and Evans matches up with these guys better on the back end of, you know, an inning or, 20 pitches, kind of like Cowan did. And maybe you don't have to use Cowan. And maybe you say, okay, you're going to start Cowan on Sunday, and then Case and Evans comes in behind him, or vice versa like they did against Tennessee. I think that you could see him utilize Kaysen and Zach Cowan, similar to how Lewis Coleman was used in 2009 at the beginning of the season. Hey, if you don't close, you may close on Friday, but if you only throw a certain amount of pitches, you're going to start on Sunday. Or if you don't pitch, you're going to start on Sunday until Coach Maneri realized, okay, you need to start every Friday. That's what you're going to do, and we're going to go from there. But I believe that Jay's going to do similar stuff as far as, okay, if we have a chance to win Friday and Saturday, we're going to use whoever we need to use to win those games, figure Sunday out. If the games are out of hand, one way or the other, and you don't have to use Cowan or Zach or Evans, one of those guys are going to start on Sunday. That's kind of what I think he's going to try to do moving forward. I think I think Case and Evans is going to have maybe the leg up as far as starting. I don't know why I feel that way. He did already, but I think that's because Cowan threw in the first game.
What do you got, Lloyd? What do you think?
I like the way that it's a case-by-case scenario. I don't think you have to pencil any one person in to say you're a Sunday starter.
Correct.
To say you're a Sunday starter.
Jay's not going to do that. He likes the
give him an option. He's a guy that can do both. You're lucky to have somebody with that ability. If you have a chance to win a baseball game, you're probably going to throw Case and Evans at the end of it to try to get a win. You're trying to win 2 out of 3. Because how many games do you play in the College World Series final?
3.
Yep.
Yep.
So if you win 2 of them,
you win.
Get that trophy.
Yep.
So whatever helps you win 2 games.
Can't win 3, actually. It's impossible to win.
Impossible. I don't
to win 3 games in the SEC. I mean, in the National Championship Series. Can't win 3.
You can play
sweep.
3.
You can play 3, but you can't sweep.
You can also play 2.
You can also play 2.
But you have to win 2.
You gotta win 2.
Gotta win 2. Douglas Barrantillos, BT1 Doug. Who do y'all think will be the next bullpen arm or arms that will step up?
You know who I think.
That question.
I thought we were going to see him last night. We did not.
Might have been if you didn't end in the 7th.
We did not see him last night, and I don't know. I don't think we're going to see him this weekend. Obviously, that would be a bold move. Now, we've seen coaches do that with Chad Jones for the first appearance of his career.
Case Evans' first start. Bold move.
Yeah, but he's been pitching all year.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Listen, if they continue to use Chase Shores out of the bullpen, I think that he is going to be a guy that they're going to be able to rely on the back end. I really do. I think they're going to try to rely a little bit more on Jay Newt. I think William Schmidt threw well last night in a midweek role. But I do think that Devin Sheeran being off the injury report and kind of building up, it will give an added boost to the bullpen. Now, he may not pitch at all. I just feel like he is going to.
So I'm going to go back to the one I've been literally singing from the rooftops all year, William Schmidt. Mind you, as we've always seen, usually if you could find a guy that ends up being a really reliable quote-unquote starter in the midweek, by the time it's usually a younger guy that usually takes that role. And by the time you get to the postseason, they usually move that guy into somewhat being a long middle relief guy during the postseason. Right? And I think what ends up happening sometimes too is that said guy usually builds up not only his innings, not only his craft and his pitch ability, but he also builds up his confidence in what he's doing. Right? And I think getting William back into that middle relief role, I will say middle relief role, middle of the week role where he's throwing a lot of innings and starting some games in the midweek is a opportunity to build up his innings, to build up to the experience that he's getting in the 3, build up his confidence. Because by the time he comes to the postseason, I highly doubt that kid's sitting on the bench and not pitching at all. Right? It's too much talent. I think he's the next arm that becomes a thing on the back end not the back end of the year, once we get to the postseason.
Correct.
Next one up.
Yes.
Devin Sheeran plans this weekend?
Do I think he plays this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I do not think he puts him out there this weekend in his first career SEC appearance off of injury on the road at Texas A&M. I just don't. I don't see it. Maybe next weekend against Grambling State. Next week against Grambling State.
That's one of those things that happens in baseball where it's like the Chase Shores theory last year. It's like the closer you get, the more you start to see them work, and the more you're like, maybe.
Well, he was available in the available in the postseason.
But yeah, not on the injury report. I'm just saying it's one of those names that they're like, oh, what if? Like Gavin Guidry throughout the entire. Until it wasn't. It was like, oh.
Yeah. I don't think you see him this weekend,
but that carrot and just let people think about it.
But I really do think you see him at some point this year.
I do too. He was throwing on the field yesterday.
Yeah, he's been throwing live at bats. He's in his routine now. Like he's doing things to be. He's not doing that if he's not trying to pitch
not for fun.
Yeah,
but it probably is. Opinions. Oh, my guy, Richie the Snowman.
Hey.
Opinions on the new SEC tournament format. I hate that it's single elimination.
Jared?
More teams, but in a way less opportunities. I don't love that it's single elimination. I don't love that it almost feels like no longer like the invitational, but almost like everybody's welcome type of thing. Like I've always looked at that tournament as kind of the who's who. And I think the scouts and I think the way professional baseball looks at that tournament that week is a lot of the same because there's so much talent that's there. Don't get me wrong, the SEC has grown to a spot where legitimately some of these teams that are sitting towards the bottom, I won't say all, and I'll excuse that name, that the one that I don't think, especially this year. Some of those teams have the ability to beat pretty much anybody in this league. So I do understand that, and that's kind of where the SEC has gone. But I still think there's something special about that tournament that needs to be reserved for the who's who, if you will, of the league. Which now that who's who, there's a lot now.
No doubt. I don't like it either. Look, putting everybody in the league, everybody in the tournament, not great. Maybe everybody but 2 teams I can tolerate because theoretically the 14 teams in the SEC could probably, any given day beat the other team. Missouri ain't beating anybody, right? And
they get to go, huh?
Everybody goes. Everybody being single elimination, the likelihood of somebody that has to play on the Tuesday game and have to basically win every day for the most part, like the likelihood of that happening is not high. I don't love the single elimination. I did love the way it was in the past where, double elimination, you could come out of the loser's bracket. Shit, we did that in 09, Jared. It's a single elimination. We never would have won it.
Yeah.
And I like being able to come out of loser's bracket, win games. I think that builds a lot of team camaraderie. You're there the whole time. It's an awesome tournament. Don't love the new format.
Follow up. Richie the Snowman. How many more SEC wins for LSU to lock up a top 8 national seed?
Say that again?
How many more SEC wins does LSU have to have throughout the course of those last 9 games to lock up a national seed?
Pretty much all. A national seed. I thought I got ahead of myself. What are they at right now?
They're at 14-7. They have 9 games left.
I think you need at least 3. I think you need to get to at least 17, 18, almost 19 is pretty much a for sure. I would say at least 17.
Yeah. I think 17. I think if you get, 18 is a for sure. I think 17, you may be on the cusp of like a 9, 10, 11. You'll host a regional. I think 18 gets you in there for sure. That's 4 out of your. That's going 4 and 5 over the next 9 games. You got 3 on the road at South Carolina. You got 3 on the road this weekend. So I think 4 is a for sure. I still think you even get there with 3. And by just to clarify, I think they will get more than 3. I think they get more than 4, but those are the numbers.
Go motherfucking Tigers.
Hey.
Whose walkout song do y'all think is the best?
Who's what?
Walkout song.
There's got a few good ones I like. I like Dickinson's walkout.
I haven't heard it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like my favorite's Aaron Beatty's just because it used to be mine.
Yeah, so, it's a banger.
And the fact that he picked it gives me a lot more. It gives him more props in my book because it's not really a song that a lot of people know, but it's great. You can't play it. I'm gonna get in trouble. I thought you were about to try to play it or something.
You know which one that we talked about a little bit over the weekend was Cowan's. Sneaky.
As it coming out the bullpen, I do kind of like it.
It's kind of sneaky intimidating.
Yeah, and it kind of fits him. It's soft. It's a bullpen guy. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's like it gives.
What are they, Lord? Can you sing it?
Nope. I can tell you the name of
it. I can't play it.
It's like an old country, West. It feels like you're going to a duel. And he's got a better gun.
Okay.
Nobody's going to say Curiel?
I'm not a huge fan of it. But it works for him. That's all that matters.
Well, the fans are getting behind it.
Listen, that's the one thing. If there is something that the song that, but look, if they're gonna start doing the whole light show thing, it's starting to catch on more. If they start doing that, that's pretty cool.
Oh, look, they have a playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
Of course, you go to a website and it's like, would you like to subscribe? Pay $1 to read this when it's on literally every website in the world.
Yeah, I'm not paying $1.
Here, Jared, I'll show them to you if you want to read them as fast as you can.
A doll hair.
But yeah, I mean, you like to have Jake Brown's works for him. Hips Don't Lie. That's a great one. I think Jared Jones is sneaky good because you wouldn't expect it. You would think country. No, Jared Jones.
What is it? What is his walkout song?
Jared Jones has Tops Drop by Fat Pat.
Yep.
You would just expect like probably something.
I
more.
like Dickinson's. Dickinson's it fits his
Some
vibe.
Drake.
Fits his vibe.
DJ Primo, Pink and White by Frank Ocean.
I had to see it, and sometimes you gotta hear it over this loudspeaker to kind of see how it would play.
Sneaky might be my favorite we haven't heard yet. Do you know Devin Sheeran's?
What is it?
6 foot, 7 foot. And he's 6'7".
Ah. There you go.
And it's Wayne.
The greatest miss in walkout songs in the history of walkout songs was DJ LeMahieu not walking out to go DJ.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. We tried. He would not do it.
A lot of DJs do that.
Yeah, but this was like 09.
Yeah.
So this is when like the song was still fresh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was just popular. They had a guy from West Monroe that played quarterback there and shortstop, and that was his walkout song.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's intimidating.
Next.
But if you're gonna if you're gonna do go DJ too, I'm gonna be honest with you. Being that we know your name is DJ when you come up to bat or when you're coming out of the bullpen, like it would be an even bigger flex if you don't play the part that actually says go DJ. You just kind of rest of it and you kind of let people try to figure it out. Maybe it's right at the end of the time you're getting up there.
Yeah, or you could be like Chad Jones and
is it Cream?
Well, God, what was it? No, it was Money on My Mind. I think.
Money on My Mind, baby.
Yeah. Money on My Mind, and they forgot that. Oh, he's as a hitter. We edited that part out. We didn't edit the whole song.
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
3 minutes and 30 seconds of a banger, and it was
money
great.
On my mind.
It was great.
Get money.
Yeah, and they said it all.
I was just thinking about.
They said it all.
Fuck bitches.
I enjoyed it.
Said it all.
If you were playing at LSU now,
it was a good time in the outfit.
Oh my God, I bet y'all were.
The crowd was going wild too.
Did y'all think that would happen?
Well, when he went out there and his song started playing, I looked at Jared and Jared looked at me and I was like, no way. No way they're going to do it. Because like, he wasn't.
Well, first off, no. Wait. You got to tell the truth. Well, you got to tell it right because first off, he entered that song for the 15 or 20 seconds as a hitter.
Right.
Chad left the team, came back and started pitching. So all they had up top was, hey, this is his walkout song.
Yep.
So when they started playing, I looked at Mikey like, is this going to loop after 20 seconds? Because if not,
whoa.
Ooh.
And it did loop.
Not good.
And it did loop.
It did loop.
We had the glove on our face the entire time he was warming up. Like, this is awesome.
That's so good. Oh, Ginger snapped. The Ginger snap. If you're playing at LSU now, what would your walk-up song be?
I don't know. I like to change walk-up songs to something that's a little more. For the most part, I usually like to kind of get something that's very recent. So like a lot of times it changes from like year to year. So I don't really know, man.
I don't necessarily need a recent one. If there's a recent one that comes out that's like I feel like this feels good, like I like it, I'll go with it. I do like Aaron Beatties has his. I'm not gonna take his. I walked out to a song in Detroit that I really liked, and the crowd liked it because they whistled with it, and it was Chill Bill. It was the whistle part, and it was right before they went and the beat dropped, and it hit well with the crowd. I like getting the crowd involved. It wasn't just for me. It was like I like feeling the energy from the crowd.
Oxycontin by Lil White.
That's something you would walk out to.
Yeah, that'd be intimidating.
Yeah,
got 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you need help, bro.
Yeah,
God, dog.
Stitches.
God, you are diabolical, son. You need help.
It was Can't Tell Me Nothing by Kanye. Coach loved it. Why won't we?
That's about right for you. Yeah, that's about right.
Why won't we give Beck a chance to start?
Where?
It doesn't say.
I don't think that there's a. I mean, if you can tell me where and who you want out the lineup.
Well, Jake Brown at third opens
That
up
was
a lot
also
of.
thrown out there in Tiger droppings, Jared. They said bench Milam and put Jake Brown at third base. Did you know Jake was a lefty?
First off, why bench Milo? What you mean? What you mean, cuz?
That was
no. N-O. No.
Let's bench the best shortstop one of the best shortstops in the SEC.
In the country.
Yeah.
No. He brings way too much swagger, way too much to my lineup every day.
Also, his cleats were fire.
Yeah.
Crazy. Lost your damn mind.
And
then put the lefty at third. That was the kicker for me. I was like, bro, like,
Coach, you can have no arms and I'm still playing them. No, I'm not benching him. No.
And to Tiger Dropping's credit, that was the first comment underneath was, I don't know what's the dumber thing you said to take out Stephen Milam and put Jake Brown at third when he's left-handed.
That's crazy work right there. That's crazy. No. Sir.
You know they say there's no such thing as like a dumb question. That's a dumb question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm out of doubt.
Okay, I'll ask this, and you might have answered it, but there's maybe room for conjecture. Who takes Evans' spot out the bullpen? Because I feel like Evans needs to be a Sunday guy. Would it be Shores and possibly Sheeran? Take those off the table.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, take the bullpen guys off the table.
Who else?
I
mean, why we asking that goofy ass question? Like we haven't seen somebody already go out there and just run it up every time he gets out of relief and into those situations. Hell, he did it in the back end of Evans' game. That's a pretty obvious question of how we gonna run that to start.
Cowan would do it. But if you say Cowan is there, okay, who's going to replace the back end of Evans? Like that, we don't know. I think that Chase Shores has the ability to do that. Obviously, if he's going to be out the bullpen, if Evans is starting, obviously he is out the bullpen. Jared said I think Schmidt has the ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something that we have to worry about right now. That's a case-by-case basis, and it's something that's like, hey, if this is the situation, there's a plan behind it. And if it's a situation, it's because we didn't need Evans on Friday and Saturday. I firmly believe that's how he's going to go about it. You're not going to see a rotation, and they're going to give the other teams a rotation and say, Cade Anderson on Friday, Anthony Ianson on Saturday, and Kason Evans on Sunday. That's not going to happen. It's going to be Anderson, Ianson, TBA. That's what it's going to be.
Oh, great question from the chat. I know we briefly hit on Beck, but do you see, with Larson not being fully healthy, do we see Beck taking his role as that left-right matchup and getting more ABs? It's not off the table.
No, I think he's going to get more at-bats as a pinch hitter. I do. I mean, I think, look, this guy comes in from Incarnate Word. He's been around baseball he's a fifth-year senior, I believe. He had 18 home runs last year. Like, he has experience in college baseball, and he's done it, and he's put up numbers. And he's shown you in a big moment against a really good team and a really good pitcher, he can come up with big at-bats. You're going to see him have some types of at-bats throughout the course of the year. I think his mindset is amazing. They interviewed him, and they asked him, did you ever think about transferring out of the fall when you didn't earn a starting spot? And he said, absolutely not. I don't care if I got 0 at-bats. I love being here. And that's the attitude it feels like a lot of the guys on the team have, and he got rewarded for it with a big hit, and I think he's going to continue to get opportunities.
Yeah, so it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't have a ton to do with the Larson situation. I do think when you get put into pinch hit at-bats and you go and have the type of at-bat that he had, it warrants you more opportunities to have more pinch hit at-bats, which also may turn into starts or finding other ways to get you into a lineup. Like, that's literally what it does. So when you go and do those kind of things, yeah, man, like I think you get more opportunities, right? And I think that's kind of where he is.
Correct.
Ask Mike.
And like Mikey just said too, it also helps that he is a experienced guy that's produced at another level. So I think those kind of things, and then you see him go out there and do that. It's hard to sit here and say, hey, like, yeah, I don't have a place for that guy at all. Like, not playing at all.
You don't have a lot of guys like that around the country that had that experience and that type of experience on the bench. You just don't have that. It's wild.
Agreed.
Lloyd?
How significant is it that Jay Johnson started wearing a new hat, win the series against the Vols, so it will stick around for the rest of the season? Did Maneri have anything weird quirks? Or any of managers in your life?
I mean, definitely, but hats are sure as hell. We got stinky, and he probably needed a new hat.
No, his wife told him he looked like a 60-year-old man, and he's like, I'm all right. Just had my birthday, so I felt old. And we lost
It worked out.
Lost to Alabama. So I think it was time for a change.
Yeah.
But Ethan Fry was the one that told him, while he was wearing, he's like, Coach, you can't change the hat. We're rolling. He's like, hey, you got to listen to your guys sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's going to be his hat from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that worried about it.
No, but it's they took the time, so all I can do is read it. Some of these I do ignore. Ask Mikey. Is your setup a room in your house?
Like this setup?
Mm-hmm.
It is not in my house.
Now.
Shit, for real?
Yeah.
This is a studio.
It's a green screen.
Yeah, this is our studio. Now sometimes when I do Jordy Collada's show with the Lloyd and Noah.
Name change pending.
Whenever I do the morning show with Lloyd and Noah.
There you go.
That is in my room.
Great backdrop.
Or my office.
Yeah.
Both have jerseys.
Got a lot of them.
A lot of jerseys. But this is not my house. That's Jared's house. Jared's at his house, which his backdrop's about to be fire.
Ooh, it's gonna be cooking too.
That'd be done this season.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the confidence.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
P-Dub, we were actually just talking about this on the way in. Ask him an M. Subway, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, or Jimmy John's?
Wow.
Your answer not on the list.
No, but I do have other answers over. Okay, so Subway is not bad, but wouldn't be my top. That'd probably be my. It was a Subway,
Jersey Mike's,
yeah,
Firehouse, or Jimmy
so
John's.
I think it would be Firehouse for me. I love Jimmy John's, honestly, especially now they got toasted sandwich with some chicken on it, which is great. So I would go Firehouse, Jimmy John's,
Jersey
Mike's, Subway.
And then Quiznos.
Well, Quiznos would be in there too. I love Quiznos. Subway would be kicked out.
Jared, you wouldn't, even after the experience you had at Subway today? Jared, this man pulls out of Subway, stops his car.
I didn't pull out Subway.
No.
I pulled it to the studio.
A guy goes into Subway, comes out of Subway, gets in his car to leave, stops his car after he sees Mikey, gets out of his car, smelled to high heaven of marijuana, and just goes, Mikey Mahtook? No, and Mikey had all the boot, I
had everything in my head, no hands.
My hands no, you got it. He went for he's like, no, I gotta dap you up. And Mikey was like, okay. Dapped him, was like, you were my favorite player. Looks at him, gets in the car, and leaves.
I appreciate that, man. That's great. Appreciate you. I hope he's listening.
I hope you're listening, bro.
Appreciate that, dude.
That's great. Love that.
That's great.
Hey, look. So I guess I would go. I think Firehouse when it comes to sandwiches, the GOAT.
Love it.
Give me Firehouse. Give me Quiznos.
Quiznos wasn't the option. I just added that. Quiznos wasn't in the 4.
Firehouse. What was the 3 again?
It was Firehouse, Jimmy John's, Subway, and Jersey Mike's. Those were the 4.
Okay, I might have to go Firehouse, Subway, and the last 2 are interchangeable because I truly don't love them that much. And I heard Jimmy John's. I heard not Jimmy John's. I heard Jersey Mike's got a lot worse after they sold and went public.
I haven't been there in a minute, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
That's what I heard. I never really did love it to start, but that's what I heard.
How do y'all know?
Quiznos? I mean, not Quiznos, I'm sorry. Firehouse? Ooh-wee.
Yep. A Firehouse is head and shoulders above the other ones for me.
I'm not sure they donate to the firemen. But Jersey Mike's, I was a Jersey Mike's guy. Until the sale, but you have to give Jersey Mike credit. He got $4 billion for sandwiches.
Yep.
But they slice it right in front of you.
They do.
You know it's good. And now it's not so good. But Jersey, Jimmy, Firehouse, Subway. Subway's not bad. But Jimmy, I've never been a big fan of Firehouse.
Subway is always
too small.
Easy to you can get there. You're not gonna hate
Great
it.
on a road
trip. You know
trip.
what you're gonna get. What?
Great Subway.
Yeah.
Great on a road trip. Great in the airport. Like you always can depend on Subway.
Yeah,
in
it's
that
like you
regard.
know what you're gonna get.
You go to Subway? I never go to Subway in the airport.
I don't either. I don't either. But you know, like, if it push comes to shove and you got nothing else, like, okay, Subway is decent.
Yeah,
I can figure
eat
it out.
it.
But I'm not picking it over any of the other three.
No. Oh, spin on a question.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here's
Oh.
a baseball one. We'll get back into baseball. Sorry, they're firing in. P-Dub, ask him again. Best walk-off you have experienced as a player and as a fan.
Best walk-off as a player that I've ever experienced, man, I think it was pretty obvious to be 2008
Yeah.
LSU against Rice, elimination for us both, and Blake Dean walked us off. That was probably the best one I experienced as a player. And I've experienced a lot of like game winning like homers, obviously as walk-offs as well. Hit a couple. That was by far my favorite one though. It was euphoric. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
As a fan, man, I haven't been to many, but I will say one that really sticks out in my mind as a straight up walk-off as a fan happened to be two. It was either the Joey Bats homer that, in my opinion, started the whole backflip era. That's one. Or two, the David Freese, and I want to say maybe game 3 of the World Series that he hit dead center.
Yep.
I'll give him 3 games. Or the Astros walk-off, and I want to say maybe game 6 at home in Houston in the World Series.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the ALCS. One of the two. Those are like the 3 that really stick out in my head.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many as a fan watching, but like, I guess I'm not gonna go pro ball because you went pro ball, and like, there's so many of them, right? Like, that were really cool experiences. As a fan though, being in Omaha. No, we weren't in Omaha for this walk off, but we were watching it. We were in Omaha before. Were you in Omaha on Tommy Tanks' walk off?
No, Cade Belosso's top of the ninth though.
That we were there for that, but that wasn't a walk off.
No, it wasn't a walk off.
And then as far as like experiencing walk-offs, man, there's a ton of them that like, honestly, there's not one that really comes off the top of my head that's like, damn, that one was like, I wasn't part of the 08 team, so I couldn't, that didn't do it for me. And we didn't really have any other walk-offs that were memorable. My other years in college. I'm trying to think of pro ball, but yeah.
I mean, David Ortiz in that playoff run whenever they were trying
Oh,
to.
yeah. When everything he hit was a
yeah,
homer?
everything he hit was a homer. I think it was against the Cleveland Indians. No, Guardians, excuse me. But there was a time when every time he came up to the plate, it felt like he was going to hit a homer.
And he always came to the plate in the biggest moments, and he always hit a homer.
But I missed Tommy's. I was there for Game 1, win. Game 2, loss. Game 1, win against Florida. Saw some great games.
Tommy's walk-off was to go to the finals?
Game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget about that one too. I don't know why I forget about that one.
Like
but
to
yeah,
go
that's-
to-
like, I feel like if we go down this road, there'll be so many
doubt.
that come to mind. But that was like a great one too. Yes, obviously.
All right, one more.
Only one?
I mean, if you got two good ones, two good ones.
Okay. Put me on the spot. No, there's one. This has been hitting the Twitter sphere lately. The Gorilla versus 100 Men. They put a spin on it. 1 Bear Jones versus 5 Stephen Milams.
Why would we do Milam and not the other shortstop that he actually had beef with?
Because I think it would be an easy answer. I think Milam is that's a tough.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's kind of put together.
Yeah, and
Let's Stephen Milam. I mean, 5 Stephen Milams put together, man. Like he beats 1 Bear Jones.
Yeah, I think so. Now the 100,
60 pound.
The Gorilla versus the 100 people. The Gorilla wins that.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't even think it's a competition.
No, it's not.
I don't think y'all understand the morale of the back 90 or the back 80 after the gorilla just mows through the first 10 to 20. The boys, none of that.
Listen,
like
that first guy
is down at that point.
Bro.
Ain't nobody messing with that.
That first guy that goes in there and the gorilla just rips him in half.
Sacrificial lamb.
I'm out. Now
that's like old school being front line on in war.
Yeah, now you got to go at them all at once, but I still don't think that matters. And it's no weapons, bare hands, no shot.
No shot. All right, last one. Ask the boys if they think we should drop Milam to the 7 and 8 hole to take some pressure off him until he gets hot.
I don't think so. Keep him where he's at. He'll be all right. Just let him get out of it. He did this last year.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's just in the middle of the season.
We're
worried about taking him out there instead of worrying about understanding that, much like Luis, playing shortstop is not like playing second base. DHing is not like catching every day. Like, those things are a little different, and I think that's kind of what he's going through. He'll get back into a swing towards the back.
And look,
I
think people look at baseball and they get caught up with how is he doing offensively, as opposed to watching the totality of what he's doing on the field and how much he means to that team, right? His ability to play shortstop at an elite level trumps any 2 for 25 stretch that he goes through, right? Like, he's at shortstop and he's in his spot and he's going to hit. He's proven that he can do it. He's going to do it. He hadn't even gotten hot. He's got 9 homers this year and he hadn't even really gotten hot yet, right? So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if you looked at the end of the year and he's hitting 330 with 12. Very reasonable to happen.
Last one. I swear. From James. As a millionaire living my best life, I'm offering $15,000 to the first 20 people who message me grace. Let's alleviate some financial stress together. God is good to me, so I'm doing this with love in my heart. DM sent.
You sent him grace?
Absolutely.
Let's see if that happens.
No, he's probably going to get my social security number.
He's going to steal all your stuff.
Well, it's your account.
Steal all my stuff. That would not be good.
You might be offered $15,000 to the first 20 people.
That would not be good. Not be good. All right. We appreciate you all for throwing in your questions for the Ask Mikey and Mitch. Lloyd, I feel like today you have a lot of mistake of the days.
I don't, actually, because the mistake of the day was me making the ticker all over again.
That was a mistake?
Oh, for, time allotment.
I'll give that a curtain call.
Yeah. I hyper-focused on it. Caught me right when the Adderall was hitting.
Well, did you already do Belichick as a mistake of the day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if I slink into one.
So no mistake of the day?
No. Sorry.
Okay. All right, we'll pass on the mistake. Do you have a curtain call?
I do.
All right. We got one of those.
Curtain call to Jameis Winston, who seems to be a recurring favorite, but now that he lives in New Jersey.
He's in New Jersey now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, lives there, or like he moved there? Mm-hmm. Like, not just for the season, like he moved there.
He moved homes.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it.
But that's what makes him good. He immerses himself in the culture of the city that he's in.
Oh, come on. Waiting for the video to load. It's unbelievable.
What?
He's taking on the role of the Sopranos.
Is he?
That's his new look.
I gotta see it.
I know.
Jameis Winston is a treasure.
One of one.
One of one.
But I can only do so much.
Yep, it's okay. Jared, you got one?
I was looking to see if I had one, if I had thrown one in the thing, and I don't. Man, I don't.
I know.
I guess I can give it to this man. Like, he gave Tiger fans enough trouble. Hell, he busted our ass 2 years in a row. But I'm gonna give one to former FSU quarterback, huh?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Jordan Travis. I'll give a curtain call to him and for what he was kind of able to do to put Florida State back on the map. If you don't know, Jets took him last year as a 5th rounder, knowing that he had the injury, hoping that he would be able to rehab it and get it back better. He officially announced his retirement today, as I don't think his rehab went the way he wanted or it needed to go for him to get back to where he felt like he could perform the way he used to, or even be safe the way he used to. So, you never know what's going to happen in a career. You never know what kind of situation is going to be. And I would imagine like 2 years ago, like he never saw this being the case. And so I want to give a curtain call to him for what he's been able to do in terms of kind of inspiring people and being in that situation. But that's a sad situation. You would always hope that the guy would able to go on the field and do what he had been able to do so well before. Life's not over. He'll continue to go forward. I'm sure he'll be a very contributing factor to whatever community he decides to divulge in. But I'll give it a curtain call to Jordan Travis because on the field, probably a career ended a little too soon.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree with you on your curtain call. I don't have one, so.
Oh, I've got one.
There we go. Thank you.
It's horribly sad.
Oh, well, that's.
But it's a curtain call.
Okay.
And it's a reminder to be safe. NFL legend John Elway and his longtime friend and agent Jeff Sperbick were involved in an accident at the Madison Club in La Quinta, California. Elway and Sperbick were reportedly leaving a Stagecoach after party Saturday night on a golf cart, where Sperbick fell off the back of the cart and sustained a traumatic head injury.
Oh, really?
Died. His best friend.
He died?
What a way to go out.
He died?
Mm-hmm.
Falling off the back of a golf cart?
And they're hammered, allegedly.
Wow.
Sad.
That's not great.
Sad.
No.
That is very sad.
It's a curtain call.
Okay. To his life.
To his life. A life well lived.
A life well lived. Gone too soon, for sure.
Also,
okay, here we go.
Mistake of the day.
Here we go, finally.
It does dovetail off of this Belichick girlfriend, escort / best friend on an airplane. What a coincidence. It seems as if the North Carolina Hard Knocks has been canceled.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Who would have thought?
At the 11th hour.
That would have been Electric City.
That would have been great. But now, no more. All right. That's all we got for you on this beautiful Wednesday night. We appreciate Coach Jay Johnson coming on the show and giving up some of his scouting time while he's on the bus heading to College Station. We are looking forward to this weekend. We'll be back live in studio on Friday from 1 to 2-ish. It'll be me, Lloyd, Jared, and Chris Phillips from SEC Unfiltered is going to start showing up on our show on Fridays. Talking all LSU baseball, obviously SEC baseball, and, going around the horn in that way. Talking gambling, obviously. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Jared, any big plans this Wednesday?
This Wednesday? Like today?
Tonight.
I'm going to watch. Me and the wife are going to binge the Netflix show, I believe it is, You.
I heard that
season came out.
I heard that's great. I haven't seen it. Is it great?
What season?
It's a good one. It's a good one. This is season 4, I believe. It's a good one.
First season's good.
You saw them bringing Dexter back?
It's a good one.
That's what this is. You can't bring Dexter back without the original.
This is kind of like a Dexter. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny you said that because it's kind of like a Dexter.
The thing said Dexter resurrected, but his face is on the cover.
Oh, is it? If it's him, I'll watch. Michael C. Hall is awesome.
I think it's him.
I think he was dating in real life, his sister on the show. I think they were married for a while. Deb?
I haven't watched all the seasons of Dexter.
Oh, it got terrible at the end.
Yeah, that's why I stopped
and
watching.
And You is miserable. It's just one of the dumbest shows I've ever seen. How does he keep getting away with it? Like, it's unbelievable. Like,
Jesus, Lloyd, tell the whole damn show. Why don't you?
You watch the first episode, and then you'll realize, oh damn, there's gonna be 4 seasons of this. You already know there's 4 seasons. You've seen the first episode. I wonder what happens.
Hey, on a different note, are the LSU games this weekend televised at all? Like, not on SEC Network Plus?
Oh, I don't know.
I
can check.
I'm sure they are, right? Gotta be.
You'd imagine Texas going to Arkansas. That's gonna be the marquee matchup of the weekend. Or one of them. I don't know what the other schedules are like right now, but yeah, I don't have much going on. The Allie is going to
SEC Network Plus
on all 3 games.
I know for Saturday
and Friday.
Yep. SEC Network Plus. That's fine. Our boy's gonna get some run.
What's for dinner, Jay? I know you're hungry. I'm starving.
I don't know, man. I don't know. My wife went to Whole Foods a little while ago. I don't know if she was actually. I don't know. I need some food though. I'm hungry.
Does she bring her own bag?
We have that, but I think she forgets it like all the time.
We don't have our own bag. I don't use it. I just
Whole Foods people creep.
But it's not like one of their like fancy ones. It's like one of the like the lower level ones.
I feel like Whole Foods is a front for something. It's small.
No, it's not small. Whole Foods is not small.
Well, the way that they set it up makes it feel small. It's just a bizarre experience.
I love the Whole Foods in Baton Rouge. Great.
Yeah, but there's like the workers are overly friendly.
Hey, I go get the sandwiches they have, like the little sandwich bar they have in Baton Rouge. Fire. They got a lady back there. I don't get sandwiches unless she's back there.
Oh, nice.
If she's not back there.
If she's listening.
If she's not back there, I go.
What's her name? What's her name?
Or I don't know her name.
Oh.
But she knows me and I know her. I don't have to tell her my order anymore, but she gets it. And she chops up all the ingredients and put in a wrap, and she chops them all up and puts it. If I go get someone else, they just slap it on there like they hate it, and they don't really. It's not great. She is.
They don't put any love in it.
She puts her heart and soul into that thing, and I love it.
Do you think it's just for you or everyone?
No, everyone. She takes pride in what she does, but then she sees me, and I think she does. She puts a little extra in there. You know?
More elbow grease.
Yeah, puts a little extra in there. No doubt. All right, that's all we got. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Friday.
I got a whole ham.
Lloyd, you got golf tomorrow, me and you.
I know. I have to eat light. Stay on my feet.
Really?
No.
I don't think so. You eat light anyway. You like a freaking rabbit.
I know. I got a whole ham if anybody wants some.
I don't want that.
Courtesy of Buddy Sanji.
I don't want that.
And Manda.
I don't want that.
Or flavor and spice.
All right.
Really
please
do.
like and
say it all.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you can't watch, if you like listening to us, we're going to get your pods. We'll be back live on Friday. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Peace.
Bye.
You didn't let Jared do the thumbs up? Not good enough. Not good enough today. It's okay.
How do you not get a fireworks celebration after that?
No, not happening. All right, boys.
Well,
appreciate y'all.
It's just a chance to get better.
That's it. Later.
We got Jay on the bus, a new ticker, nothing, no fireworks.
New sponsors.
New sponsor alerts.
God, dog.